Aspiration is to make money. Yeah. What else?
But are you actually going to be hands-on running it?
No, I don't be in here. My office is my office. I don't go anywhere. I've got a team. We will be doing it jointly. It already has a very good management team.
Are you looking at similar such opportunities where you could put in that kind of money and the aspiration is not merely an investment?
If I feel a risk is worth taking and I can afford the ability to be wrong, that even if I go wrong, my final stability will not be affected. I'll take a bet anytime.
Is there anything on the horizon which looks similar to the kind of bet that you're willing to make on insurance?
There are things on the horizon, but much smaller. I don't have that kind of money to put in so many other companies. And I'm looking at a lot of opportunities, but they're much smaller.
When do you expect closure on the insurance deal?
Who knows? Maybe this month or first week of July, maybe.
But are you going to be getting your hands dirty with that venture? I mean, beyond just the money and putting the team together?
No, I cannot. See, my idea of life is strategy. And my idea of life is not operations. So, and you can grow big in life with the effort of others. It depends on whom you choose and what freedom they have and what rewards they have. So I am hands up. I mean, I have no capability. Let's understand one thing. Let's not try to do just because we have money. Let's not try to do something for which we are not capable.
Okay, so since you're betting on health insurance, what about health delivery? Because the two are linked, and this is again an underserved, underpenetrated.
The health insurance is not a capital intensive business. Health insurance is very capital intensive until you break even. It's very difficult to break even. Once you break even, it's not capital intensive. It's a cash flow business. A hospital is a constant investment business. Constant investment. So the return on capital there is, I bought Apollo Hospital, 5% of it in 1992. And I sold it for 20 times its value in 2000. Right? But I find it's too capital intensive industry.
So you wouldn't be interested in the sector?
In general,
because there
I
are
would
also questions on the business model and how the business model currently is broken.
It is the same, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's all these people who are shouting. When their relative goes to the ICU, what will they do? They'll sue the hospital or they'll treat the patient. This is the same worldwide. It's not only India.
So you can...
That regulatory, nothing's going to happen. People are going to keep shouting.
Well, you believe that it continues to be capital intensive, unlike the insurance business, which after a certain point does not require that kind of capital. But is this a sector that you would look at least some of the interesting opportunities? And I believe
I won't close my eyes to any opportunity. But I made my money in 92 to 2000.
So what is the Fortis bet about then?
I have a very small, I have 65 lakh shares. I have a small bet.
So that's just fun and games. Where else are you interested in fun and games, so to speak?
It's not fun and games, there's serious money. Even 65 lakh shares is 80-90 crores of rupees. But it's not a very big... And I don't want to go to areas where there's conflict.
Where there's conflict?
When they called me and I think someone from the Economic Times spoke to me. So I told them I only say two things. That a board appointed by shareholders who are no longer shareholders is going to decide who's going to take over the companies. That's blatantly unfair. That board has to be removed and you have to run a due process. But that's what they're doing today. That's the only comment I made at that time.
Okay. Real estate. You talked about how pharma is perhaps seen the worst, banking is perhaps seen the worst. What about the real estate space? Is that something that at this point you feel...
This is an industry in the process of transformation. Right? The return, if you look at the balance sheet of Indian listed companies, and if you look at the capital employed, the return on capital in the last 10 years on average has been 7%, 8%, 9%. Right? What I personally feel is that real estate prices won't go up, but volumes will go up. And people are underestimating the effect of the affordable housing on India in general, and the subsidy the government is providing. So I think real estate has bottomed.
But that hasn't really taken off much. I mean,
Ma'am, in 18-19 we are going to cumulatively build 3 times the houses we built in 16-17 and 17-18. This side will take off.
So is this a sector that you would look at?
Yeah, I mean, I have investments in the sector.
And you believe
I've already looked at it.
You've already looked at it, and you believe that this is ripe for better times ahead now.
I think so.
And you expect that to happen within the next year or so?
Next 2 to 3 years.
Where else we can talk about retail, we can talk about some of the other spaces where consumption, of course, continues to be the driver. When you, on balance, look at the growth opportunity, valuations, earnings recovery, is there a matrix that today where there are some sectors that stand out?
The only rules are there are no rules. And there's no metrics, and there's no, that's not how I invest actually. See, we look at, rather than looking at sectors, I look at specific opportunities. And one thing I've learned that the lesser the prejudice and lesser the prejudgment I have, the better the investment. So if opportunities come, I look at them with open mind. I'm not close to any industry.
In the consumption space, what would look exciting today?
I think they're well valued now.
So
and I think people
the
are too
QSR bets, etc., and all of that are well valued?
Well valued, and people are too bullish. I mean, it's going to be very good, but all that is priced in according to me. According to me, in the next 5 years, you will get a return which is lower than earnings increase. But I feel the P's will correct.
Okay. On the, specifically in a lot of the consumption stocks that have already run up quite significantly.
Could be.
Okay. So where else do you believe that, we're in that space where, at least in the short to medium term, value...
See, I'm bullish on India in general.
Right? That you've been...
No, and in the Indian markets in particular. Now, I don't, I have no formal allocation of money, right? And if I had made all those formal allocations and reduced my portfolios because one company was too big, I wouldn't have the wealth I have today. Luckily, I didn't do all that. So the companies which perform well remained, right? So I don't look at things from the point of view of sector and look at the point of view of the companies.
Since you're bullish on the Indian stock markets, you're obviously also looking at the infrastructure behind the Indian stock markets. MCX is a bet as well.
Yeah, but they're doing well. Volumes have gone up like anything.
Affiliated to the Indian stock market story, bets like MCX, is there any other interesting, exciting opportunities?
Yeah, I have made some interesting opportunities. You'll hear about them.
When will we hear about them?
Whenever the transactions are completed.
So I was hoping you'd give us...
I made some agreements to buy some market infrastructure company.
Okay.
Small portion of it. So whenever it is, I'm under an NDA. Whenever it's disclosed, it will be disclosed.
So you expect that to happen within the next few weeks, next few months?
Next few months.
Next few months. And this is a single investment or there are multiple investments?
No, single investment.
Single investment.
Where's the money for multiple investments?